Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. Simpsons fans rejoice. It's going to be a little bit easier this year to watch each and every episode of the Treehouse of Horror Halloween anthology series that Simpsons has been doing since season 2. I'm going to tell you how to do that in just a moment. Before we get there, just a quick reminder for you. If you choose to join us in the comment section, all that we ask is that you be kind. We don't have to get along. We don't have to agree. Oh, actually, we have to get along. We don't have to agree, but we do have to get along. So, keep it civil. That's all I ask if you choose to join us here in the comment section. But yeah, Disney Plus is launching a Treehouse of Horror streaming channel for what they're calling Huluween. And I always found it interesting. I mean, I haven't been subscribed to Disney Plus since the middle of the year. But in past years, when I've sought to sit down and watch the Halloween episodes, you had to go through sort of basically season by season browsing to find each episodes. They do have collections there, but I don't think there was ever a collection of just the Halloween episodes. So this is actually pretty cool. And also, you used to be able to binge most of these episodes on FX for a few years, and I've generally stopped doing that as well, which has made it a little bit more difficult to watch these episodes if you love them and you don't own the DVDs. But yes, apparently you can now will be able to actually, for the Halloween season at least, watch these episodes. So here it is. This is from Bloody Disgusting, where I get most of my horror movie and TV news. Huluween is back this Halloween season and it's expanding with new Disney Plus streaming channels that will stream all 36 The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes in order for the first time ever, THR reports. The Disney Plus Simpsons Fast channel is currently dedicated to back-to-back school-themed episodes of the long-running animated sitcom, but come Huluween, it's dedicated itself to Treehouse of Horror and a few scary surprises. I'm hoping that means they're also going to include the Halloween, or the Thanksgiving episode. It was basically a Halloween episode. Also, they did that Simpsons version of It a couple years back as well, so that should be in there, I would assume. Also joining the continuous Halloween streams are Halloween Stream, a stream of Halloween classics, villains, an ode to the best villains in cinema, and Waverly Place, a destination for wizards of all ages. In addition to the Treehouse of Horror Fast channel, the upcoming release, like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, expect a slew of Halloween classics to round out Halloween programming this year. And there's there's an image from when they did the It thing, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is a great idea. It's going to make it a little bit easier this year to find these episodes without having to go and scroll through all 36 seasons on Disney Plus. It makes sense, and it also says something that's increasingly becoming obvious to these streaming companies who thought that they were going to be the alternative to cable. They're essentially becoming cable. More and more channels are being created. It's cool that they're dedicated channels, which is something you couldn't quite always pull off in the cable era. There were various networks were dedicated to one thing, but generally speaking, it would run itself dry and you'd have to try other things. But I think here, sort of with unlimited bandwidth, it makes sense to be able to do this. But, a lot of people moved on from The Simpsons and say, oh, it hasn't been relevant in 20 years. Who gives a shit if it's relevant or not? It's obviously still got an audience of a couple million people on a weekly basis because they're continuing to make new seasons. It is a preeminent champion of, streaming numbers on Disney Plus. I'm not sure about this year, but I know a couple of years ago it was like the most streamed show. Obviously, having a ton of episodes helps, but it's just really bingeable. And there's a lot of people who still love it and they think it still stands up. It's debatable what the quality is doing, but it's a rare treat for a lot of us to have a show that we loved growing up to still be in production. Hasn't got a name change, it hasn't been canceled, it hasn't been rebooted, it's still, generally speaking, a lot of the same talent who was there at the beginning, and to have that for nearly 40 years. I'm 43, so to have it for nearly my entire life is a rare treat. So often people are sort of complaining about, oh, why don't I have that old show that I used to like? Also, why did they bring back that old show I liked and they ruined it? But here, you have a continuous chain of custody, I would say, over this IP, which I think is pretty great. And Disney really hasn't messed with it much. They've done a lot more shorts and sort of standalone episodes, which is kind of cool in addition. But the original show is still there doing what it can. And I'm for one, I'm grateful to have that sort of anchor to my childhood, especially in these times where, things are pretty crazy. I understand why if you're younger, maybe you don't get into it because it's sort of a different generation, but I think that for a lot of us, it's cool to have that touchstone to our past with The Simpsons being there, this ever dependable thing. And you know what? If it goes away, if it ever ends, you're going to be sorry. You're going to miss it. You're going to say, whatever happened to The Simpsons? But I think it's great. It's always been a sort of a touchstone of American culture, especially, but also world culture in a sense. And to have a show with this many seasons, it's sort of almost tailor-made, sort of grandfathered into what is sort of the trend with streaming, which is bingeability. And, not many shows can say that they have this many episodes to deal with. So there you have it, Treehouse of Horror. There's a fast channel coming. It'll be easy to live stream these shows this Halloween season. I hope they keep the channel up all year round, because I like to, from time to time, when I'm subscribed to to Disney Plus, to do that, to binge them, whether it's the Halloween season or not. Not sure if I'm going to do it this year or not. We shall see. They keep sending me these, $5.99 get Disney Plus and Hulu for the next 4 months. But they announced earlier this week that it's going up by $2 to $3, which is a bad sign. And just last year or the year before, they were offering me 3 months at a time for $1.99. So obvious inflation going on here, but they're going to have to lower these numbers to get me back, I think. Unless there's perhaps a new Star Wars show, but I'm interested. Maybe I'll come back for that, but we shall see. In the meantime, I'm still subscribed to cable, so cable's doing something right in my book, but there you have it. Thank you, and I'll see you again next time. Oh, keep it creepy.